Greetings, I am Gronk the Gore-May. This is where I teach you how to cook like real orc. Today we are working on fixing D&D cookbook. Today's recipe, Hommlet golden brown roasted turkey with sausage, stuffing, and drippings. Sounds delicious, doesn't it? Yeah, but it needs fixing. Let's get cooking. Okay. Before we actually get to the cooking part, have to address big elephant in the room. While Gronk was out, he had face work done again. Not sure how it's going to work. If it peel off, you not be scared. Gronk is still okay. Okay, really, let's get cooking. Okay. So first, we have to make bread into bread crumble. Gronk is going to do it a little differently. There's a couple reasons. One, Gronk hates store-bought white bread, useless bread. I take a good loaf, slice the top off. Then we're going to pull all this out. Now, second reason we're going to do it this way is because we're going to keep this part for later. Scoop it all out until it's almost to the crust. Not necessarily all the way to the crust. Almost. And you want to do this. Now, we're just going to tear it into pieces like that big. Third reason Gronk like doing it this way is think that breadcrumbs should not be all exactly the same. They should be a little bit different each time. That makes it more interesting and more rustic. Now we go ahead and put this on the pan, split it out a little bit, put this in the oven at very low temperature until it is crispy, but not burnt. Okay, well the breadcrumbs are becoming breadcrumbs. We could go ahead and work on all the vegetables and all the other prep work. Get yourself some orange stick roots. Lots of people say you have to peel the stick roots. No, you don't peel. Gronk not like peeling because that is where a lot of flavor and nutrition is. And you're making work for no reason. Just wash them really good and you're fine. Even if you're a human, you do want to try to get these roughly the same size. They don't have to be exactly the same size, but pretty close to the same size. That way they cook evenly. See, they close to the same size is okay. Take green stalk kind of stuff and do that with it too, with the chopping and stuff. And again, boys wants to say, you should make it close to the same size. And now spicy root. Gronk want to address something. In comments, people seem to be confused what spicy root and what extra spicy root is. This is spicy root. The extra spicy root is the small thing that breaks into smaller pieces. That's extra spicy root, because it's extra spicy. We're gonna do the spicy root up into little squares. Now all those vegetables are for the stuffing. Now we do vegetables for the roasting of the turkey legs. These don't have to be any special size or even close to the same size. Hey, where are you going? Come back here. This is going to help make dripping gravy. Gravy from dripping, however you want to say it. The Gronk not green stock stuff. Some spicy roots. And again, just making it the Gronks. Nothing fancy. Some of this tasty weed. Go in there. Some of this tasty weed. And something book not say. Couple, maybe 3 pieces of extra spicy roots. Next thing is a little different from book too. Book is going to have you taking melted solid cow juice and brush it on and then sprinkle on some tasty herbs and some other stuff. These flavors are good, but you're not getting enough on there. So instead, we're just going to take solid cow juice that's a little bit soft, stuff it with tasty weeds and spicy root and whatever else Gronk feel like stuffing it. And then we're gonna slather, not brush, we're gonna slather. First, we got to make with the chopping of all the tasty herbs. Don't just think about this. If you want to, there's no really reason why you can't chop them all up in the same thing, not 2 separate things, because they're all going in the same thing. They don't have to be super precise. Super precise. That is good. Gronk is educated Gronk. Has a lot of words in vocabulary. Like the word vocabulary. So just chop that up. And do it until you have enough. And don't forget the spicy roots too. That is very important. Wizards along the coast don't think it is, but that's because they not ask Orc what to cook. If they ask Orc, then they know, oh, we got to put more spicy roots in it, because Gronk says so. And Gronk is a great war chef, ever was. You want to try to get them small so you can fit them in the cracks better. Okay, then you take the soft solid cow juice, put it in bowl. Gronk let it get a little too soft, but that's okay. Take all your tasty weeds and everything and dump that into, and just kind of mush it around. And then when it is all mixed together, you get something like this. Now we get turkey legs ready. You go and you go between the skin and the meat, so you can see that, like this. And just stick your finger in there and create a little pocket. You just kind of slather it on there. Pull the skin back on there. And then as it cooks, it melts more and goes into the skin. It goes into the meat very good. And don't be stingy with it. You have a lot of stuff there. It all makes it taste better. And a lot of cookbooks do this. This is not just on Wizards of Coast. But they don't use enough seasoning. They make it much blander than it needs to be. With the rest of the soft cow juice, soft solid cow juice. I'm gonna put that on there like that and just do it that way. So it's on the outside too. Very tasty. They're gonna be gorgeous when they're all cooked up. Mmm. Oh. Gronk, almost forget. You not forget. Little bit of tasty sand. Little bit of crushed spiced blackberry. Okay, now we're ready for next part. Now in roasting pan, we put in all the vegetables and the tasty herb, and the tasty weeds. Spread them around a little bit, and then put the turkey leg right on top, facing opposite from each other, so they fit better. I put in a little bit. Oops. Gronk put in a little bit of chicken water, just enough to cover bottom of pan, not more than that. Now we put it in the oven at hot temperature for like 1-2 hours, something like that, until it's done. Okay, now we make sausage stuffing. Take sausage. Gronk uses whole pound. Book only he uses like 2 ounces or something. Book also uses sweet sausage. Gronk uses hot and spicy because Gronk is orc. You use the kind that you like best. Turn it on to medium heat. Okay, you hear that? That sound means that it's starting to cook. So you go ahead and break it up now. Maybe flip it around. And you just keep on stirring it up and breaking it up into smaller pieces and cooked all the way through. Okay, look about done. We're just going to take the sausage out and leave that in pan. Then in pan you put all the vegetables that you cut up for stuffing. You add a little bit of tasty sand, maybe a little bit of crushed spicy blackberry. And you just keep on stirring it like this so it doesn't burn. You just want to make it get soft a little bit. Then after a few minutes when it starts getting a little bit soft, not very soft, just a little bit, go ahead and add whatever tasty weeds you're going to use and cook it for like another minute, maybe 2, no more than 2. As soon as you smell all the tasty weeds that you just put in, it's good enough. And then remember all that bread that you made into crumbled up bread. Go ahead and add all that to this. Just drop it in, all the fat and everything. Put in the sausage that you cooked. Any fat that's in there you want in there too. And then just stir that all around. Then another bowl, so many bowls in this recipe. Go ahead and put your chicken water. And to show you that Gronk is not hard-headed and willing to learn something even from the coast wizards, going to put in 2 eggs. Not ever do this before, but it sounds like not a bad idea. Maybe Gronk learned something too. So you got the chicken water and the chicken eggs, and you just beat that up like it owes you some money or something. Pour in, try to get it in evenly in all of this stuff. Stir it up nicely. You take baking dish that has already been coated with like a fat or something, and then you just put all this stuff in there. Cover it up in the magic shiny metal paper, and now we put it in the same oven where turkey is for a while. The turkey will probably be done before this, but that is okay because we got other stuff to do while this finishes cooking. We now start working on the dripping gravy. First, in cold pan, go ahead and put in your Hobbit belly. Put it on medium heat, spread it around a little bit, let the fat start to cook. Put in some dirt flour. So then you just stir that around a little bit and cook it for like another 5, maybe 10 minutes. Then you put in a little bit of ground grass dust, stir that in. Go ahead and put in about half of your chicken water for this. Taste the weed, and now we just stir this all up, making sure that all the paste that the grass stuff made gets dissolved. And you just leave this at a low, medium, low temperature, stirring it every couple of minutes until the turkey is finished. Then when turkey is looking good and has a good temperature in it, oh, look at that, it looks delicious. Then we go to the next step. Put the turkey legs to the side there and let them rest. They are very tired. They've been working for a while. You see all those juices? That is drippings that they would keep on talking about. That's good stuff. You want to keep that. Very, very careful. Pour through strainer into cup. Take all roasted vegetables, put on medium heat, and you cook this until the pan is dry and vegetables are getting toasty and brown. Maybe even stick a little bit like the pan. That is okay. Okay, when it starts to get stuck on the bottom pan like this, then you go ahead and do the French fancy thing and deglaze it a little bit. Enough where you can scrape up the bits from the bottom of the pan, but that's about it. Okay, let's talk about the drippings, right? All this stuff is on the bottom is really intense turkey water, and like 95% of the rest of this stuff is fat. That is too much fat. This is why we put it to the side. It starts to separate a little bit. We want to try to get that fat out of there. There are special cups that are designed to remove the fat. If you have one of those, that is best. But Gronk not have that. He's not made of money. So just carefully pour that out. Do not let it agitate and get mixed up again. See, much better. Now the gravy that you have already started, you go ahead and pour this in there. Stir it around some. Put the sieve in there. Before I pour this in there, look how dark and rich that is. That is really worth doing that little extra stuff. Pour that in there. Try not to get any big pieces or little pieces or any other pieces. Stir that in, and then just let that reduce until stuffing is ready. Okay, then when everything is ready, it's time to plate. Remember the bread that we had hollowed out before? We're gonna use that as bread bowl. Put on some stuffing, nice and meaty and so juicy too. Maybe a little bit burnt on the bottom, but that's okay. And then get your turkey leg and, oh no, oh, damn it! When face fall off, you have to go and do something else. Put on different kind of makeup. Come back after a few minutes, check to see if things are still, not hot, but hot enough. As much gravy as you want. And more gravy, the better, because then you have bread bowl full of delicious gravy. Okay, now we eat. Okay. No, Gronk's face is not pretty like normally is. Had very bad kitchen accident, and this is what you have to deal with now. Poison says working on it may be better next time. Sorry. This is the finished product. So the bread bowl is a nice touch. It looks really good and soaks up all the juices. And now we try it. And because of kitchen accident, I have to take out tusks. Because can't eat with tusks in mouth. This stupid, cheap gospel. Let's try some of the stuffing first. Good, delicious. I think the egg was good choice on the part of Wizards on the Coast. Gronk learned something. They don't know better. Good and juicy, a lot of flavor. Gronk fixed a little bit, but they also fixed Gronk this time. So Gronk is not so hard-headed that he doesn't not know that he can learn stuff. Watch video, read book, make food. You have really good dinner. In the bread bowl, Gronk's idea, really good showpiece. And the best part, when you finish with everything, you have bread that is still soaking juicy with the juices and the stuff. So until next time, eat like orc. More blood wine. I can't believe the mask made it all that time just to fall off as I was plating. Turkey really good. Eat this all day.